Ta-da! I'm supposed to be live. Okay, welcome. We're early today on purpose. We discussed this last week, so hopefully everyone got the message. And I'm aware that there is another live stream starting in 30 minutes. I've been reminded of that. So if you guys are following Jonathan and you want to go there, we will try to finish before he goes live. I haven't actually checked if he's doing it, but I'm just going to assume that he's going to be live in 30 minutes. So let's do this thing. It's Q&A time. I don't have any pre-prepared questions today, but what I do want to share for those of you who are here for the right reasons. Hi, Terry. Wow, what just happened? Can you guys hear me? And did you hear me from the beginning? Or did I literally just start talking? Because you said I was live and then the counter didn't start until very, very late. Anyhow, for those of you who have been following me and you might have been thinking about joining my group, Quitting for the Last Time, I have changed the structure of the group and made it into a program. So rather than doing it in for 12 weeks, the program is now a lifetime thing. So when you're joining that program, you can coach with me every week for as long as you want to, your whole life, if you want to. So I'm hoping that that is going to be really helpful, because I've noticed that some people are getting a little bit stressed towards the end. They do really, really well, and then we get closer to the end and all of a sudden they feel like, panic. And they literally get in their own way for their own results because they think that they should have been further along, even though, no, most of the time they just right exactly where they need to be. Alex, I don't believe you. If someone else says that they can't hear me, that's fine. Whatever comes out of Alex's mouth, I'm not going to believe that anyway. Introducing the New Zealand rock sensation, Pim and the Binges. Yes. Pim and the Binges. We are producing really, really nice music. And you should all purchase it because it's awesome. Just saying. Yeah, I couldn't hear you asking us if we can hear you. Huge problem. Yeah, I know. I'm really, really happy that you're able to read my mind. Otherwise, I don't know what I would do. Bazoo, greetings, travels. Fabulous interview with Dr. Baker. All of you did. Thank you. I haven't had time to watch it yet. I think it came out when I was sleeping. At least there was a message from him this morning that it was up. So that's for later today for me to watch. I didn't say much on that interview when there are too many people talking at once, but he did ask me some stuff. You can't see me? Oh, it was your phone. I was like, what the hell is going on? You did appear mid-word for me. Okay, so there was apparently a delay before I actually went live, which was strange because it was a very long delay. Anyhow, I'm here now. We're talking, and there is one question. Come on, guys, give me more questions. You guys are very, very slow with the questions. What usually happens is that it's slow in the beginning and then you you get into it. But if we're going to finish this in 30 minutes, you better get your questions out now. That would be a lot more efficient. Yeah, okay, where's your phone? We eat it. Yeah. We don't want to eat it. Not too much of it anyway. Was awesome. Well, thank you. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, many people in one place. Oops. Okay, here is the question. Why is it that a meal of 10 refrigerated hard-boiled eggs are a normal meal, but freshly hard-boiled eggs give me a crack-like high? Just came from the gym after eating some eggs and got ramped up as fuck. I have no idea. I do not know. I can't tell you. I've never heard about it. I never come across anyone else who had that. Okay, we have that. What podcast has Dr. Baker? Can someone post a link? Because I haven't really looked for it yet. I haven't had time. It's early. It's 7. Although I woke up at 5 this morning, so I still had 2 hours. Couldn't sleep past 5 apparently, but then I had a 2 hour nap yesterday. I'm doing this protocol, and I'm not going to say with what because then we might be censored. And it's made me very, very tired. So it's like I have my energy in the morning, and then towards the afternoon, I just crash. So it's kind of interesting. So that's why I'm here early. And I wake up early because clearly my nap yesterday between 5 and 7 p.m. was too close to bedtime, but I was still tired last night, so I could actually fall asleep. But my body thought that we were done sleeping. I can't see a pink hair or and grey hoodie either. It's funny because I don't have a grey hoodie. It's actually greenish. So sorry, I know that you can't see it. I'm God. I'm sorry, it's stuffing a turkey wrap in my face while nursing before we head out fishing. Okay, that is multitasking of the highest level. Why do you ask me these questions, Alex? You know what carnivores eat typically. I don't think we need to cover that question specifically. Maybe I overdid the salt on the eggs and was just lacking sodium. Maybe. Uh, I mean, I can't tell. Even if that was the case, I'm not sure why that would give you so much energy. But whatever works, just boil them fresh. I've been paying attention more to my cravings, and it seems like they only hit me when I'm tired or serious stress. So I'm being more mindful when I'm upset and tired, like today. Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. So this is the thing, when you start paying attention, you're going to see what your patterns are, and when you know what your patterns are, you can actually address them. But before that, then you just have to guess, and then you're going to be surprised when you have cravings, and it's not going to go as well. So like the key to everything with cravings and overeating or obsessive eating or addictions is that if you are not aware, you're not going to be able to address any of it. So the first thing you always need to do is just to build that awareness. So thanks for saying that. Cold eggs have histamine. Freshly boiled has none. Histamine hinders whatever it is in eggs that ramps you up. I think eggs actually have, they don't have high histamine on their own, but I think they are histamine releasers. So they help release other histamine in your body, whether they are fresh or not. Yes, Dr. Sean Baker podcast. Maybe it's the freshly cooked eggs you're eating, reacting to, and the cold ones not yet. But why? I don't know. I do not know these things. Do you prefer good sauna or steam room? Neither. I don't like being too hot because it easily gives me headaches, and steam rooms I find very awful. I hate humid heat. It makes it hard for me to breathe, probably because I have some underlying asthma that I don't really notice normally. Even as a kid, I think I got asthma at age about 8-ish. But even before that, I remember that I did not like being in saunas, and when people put more water on the element, it just felt awful to me, and I never felt good, and everyone else was enjoying it, and I wasn't. So I don't prefer any of them. I prefer to infrared saunas. I find actually okay because they're not causing headaches for me, and they're not that humid, so that suits me better. Warm heat, dry, humid heat is what I prefer. I was craving Starbucks all day while we were out, and I just reminded myself I'm exhausted and the discomfort will dissipate once I eat something, which I'm doing now. Yes, that's how you do it. You just like reconnect with what's true, and then you go to that. I'm so tired of eggs. Yeah, I guess you could get tired of eggs. I'm just hoarding eggs because they're so hard to get still, and sometimes they don't deliver them, which pisses me off because then I'm in egg shortage. Although I haven't had egg coffee for 2 days now, so um, which means I haven't eaten eggs for 2 days. Oh yeah, no, I haven't. That's crazy. Crazy talk, because I usually eat so many eggs. I am sardine based now. Ooh, wow. That's lots of sardines you need to eat then. I don't really like fish. Ooh. Cravings on even animal products more severe if you do not eat enough the day before, based on not eating at home with normal schedule. Okay. I mean, if it's cravings for real food, I don't see a problem with that. I think you should have those kind of cravings. I think those are good cravings because then you will eat good foods, which is probably there to nourish you. So I would just listen to that and eat more. And if you can't eat more in one portion, maybe just eat an extra meal that day. I've tried some seasonal regional apples during the last couple of weeks, got bloated and gassy like I was on sad diet. Fuck plants, not worth it. Reintroducing stuff is bollocks. Sardine fast as well here. I don't get this sardine fast. I don't get these specific fasts, egg fasts, whatever fasts. It's just crazy to me. Like, eat like normal people, for goodness sake. Did you hear Dr. Berry tell about a redneck sauna? Park your truck in the sun for 2 hours and get inside for 20 minutes. Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Not sure we'll get that hot here right now, but why not? I'm eating more butter and taking magnesium. Heart palpitations have abated. Thank you for your warm-hearted advice. Okay, I'm just glad it works. And does the butter help? Excuse me. Does the butter help with energy? Do you feel like you have more energy as well? I'm pesco-vegetarian currently. Ate around 1,500 eggs last year, next to 200 salmon and sardines. Excellent. I don't eat. I probably eat. Wow, I need to calculate that. Let's say I'm eating 30 eggs per week, 52. Yeah, so I'm eating about 1,500 eggs per year as well. Wow. We're not kind to the chickens, are we? Is stevia so horrible? I don't crave sweets, but enjoy element tea with stevia sometimes. Some people are saying that they get migraines and weird shit happening from me consuming stevia, but I have stevia in my egg coffee every day that I have egg coffee. I don't notice anything, but I'm one of those people. I'm the opposite of the canary in the coal mine. I do not notice anything from a lot of things, even if they're not good for you. But I would say stevia is not a problem for most people. Most people would probably do fine with stevia, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. I'm hoarding heavy cream. Oh, you can't keep that for too long though. The eggs keep fairly well most of the time. So I can buy like 80 eggs and it will take me 2.5 weeks to eat them, and that's fine. I wish I had your egg supply. I would be so happy. And the dogs would be happy too. They would be like, yeah, give me more eggs. They love them as well. I'm currently avoiding eggs for a few days so I can try them again and see if that is what's causing me a rash. Yeah, could be. Try to, when you reintroduce them, if you want to, try to reintroduce them, like do reintroduce just yolks first and see if that is doing anything, and then reintroduce just the whites to see if that's doing something. Because it could be like the egg whites, that's more common. But if you can't be factoring that, just reintroduce the eggs. Mm. Even if the animal product's hyperpalatable and you overeat it, I thought that hyperpalatable hinders natural satiety signals. I mean, well, if we're talking animal products like salami, which is hyperpalatable, yeah. And I've talked about my salami issue many times. This was several years ago now, but I got into the habit of eating salami every evening, and then I was craving it, and it was like I had to have salami every evening. And then I was like, oh, okay, hang on. This is not a good thing. So I need to address this. And I just cut out the salami, which is a lot easier than cutting out any sugar or any carbohydrates at all, by the way. I just want to add that. So even though I had this addictive behavior with salami, it was uncomfortable and I really wanted it. And my brain was like, ooh, we want something. But I got over it very, very quickly. Versus getting over a carb addiction is not that quick necessarily. So yeah, if that's what it is, absolutely I agree with you. But if you crave like fish and eggs, go for it. The chickens don't care as long as they are well taken care of. Most domestic chickens will lay an egg and walk away from it. Yeah, I know. I eat 2 to 3 duck eggs a day most days for years. I just get burned out on it unless I'm always changing out another meat like sausage, bacon, etc. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm not sure if I didn't drink egg coffee because I don't get tired of egg coffee. I don't think I would be eating eggs every day, as proven, because yesterday I didn't. But then I'm doing this protocol for 8 hours a day where I'm not eating necessarily, or I'm eating very little. So there's no space for it because I choose meat as my main meal, and I literally just had, what did I eat yesterday? I can't remember. Oh yeah, I did actually have breakfast. I had cloud bread with ham instead of the egg coffee. And then I just had dinner yesterday and I was sleeping a lot. So I didn't have time to eat eggs. Yes, it works. My energy has returned. Yay! Which is why I'm more motivated to annoy you. My problem is I can't get all my food into one meal. No, I can't either, Alex. And I mean, there's only so much protein your body can metabolize at one point. So if I, I OMAD is great, but I don't think OMAD is the best solution for life. I don't think that's necessarily what would be the best thing for a person to be doing every day, all the time. I like mixing things up because you want your body to be able to adapt and adjust to whatever is happening. You want it to be a little bit flexible, and for me it just works better if I'm having 2 meals, because if I was just having one meal I could train myself to not be excessively hungry in the morning. Like today I woke up at 5, I'm like, I'm not hungry, I still haven't eaten, I'm starting to get hungry now. I'll see how I'll do if I'm gonna eat or not. So I can train myself to not be hungry at that time, but the amount of protein that I would be eating would be so small that um, I would be energy deficient, like long term, and that would just get me into a place of not burning any energy and probably be even colder than I am and just shutting everything down. And I don't think that's a good place to be in, personally. Watched an interview with Dr. Sara Saldivar and the sugar doc today. As long as you do not crave fructose starch, whatever you crave seems to be what your body needs, as in nutrition and not addiction. Yeah, I agree. There's nothing wrong with craving food. If you are always craving food and you are like normal weight or even overweight or whatever, and you just have like an overeating problem, then yeah, that might be a problem. But I know for Tracy, I know that that is not your problem. So for most people, it's not a problem to crave real food. I have 2 5-gallon buckets to wash. The heavy cream I freeze to keep good longer. I'm using it to supplement baby to gain weight a bit better. She's tiny. Oh, okay. So I mean, you're really good at just freezing shit and doing all sorts of things. I have never frozen um, in cream and used it. It's like if I freeze cream, it's in the form of ice cream or something. Does it whip as well after you've frozen it? If you want to do like whipped cream, for example, okay, you just use it for other things where you don't need to whip it. Or does it take away the whipping properties? That's kind of my question. This is a Q&A where you have to answer the questions. In Turkey, all animals ate grain-fed. This is why I became sardine-based after having so much lamb meat, which caused very high ferritin levels. Okay, interesting. Now you made me hungry. It made me think about marinated barbecued lamb skewers or something. Oh, I really want that. Can someone come here and prepare that for me, please? But trigger for my eczema apparently was imbalance of minerals and or processed meat and or oxalate dumping. Clearing up since 2 months now, but takes time. Vitamin D3 plus K2 and sunshine helps. Yeah, okay. But that's good that you figured that one out. Is it common to have a digestive issue with liquid dairy but be okay cooking with butter and eating cheese in moderation? Do you mean milk specifically when you say liquid dairy, or do you mean cream as well? So if it's a digestive issue that is mostly with milk, I would suspect that it's a lactose issue. If it's okay for you to cook with milk and not drink milk, for example, then I don't really know. I haven't heard about anything like that. But that's what comes to mind because there isn't a lot of lactose in butter or cheese, most cheeses, so you probably get away with that unless you're very sensitive. So I guess it depends on how much milk you're drinking as well. If it's milk, I don't know what it is. Which of these salamis is your favorite? Garlic, black pepper, fennel, chorizo, mutton and rosemary, or venison plus mulberry? I have never had venison and mulberry salami, so I can't really speak to that. I don't think I've had mutton and rosemary either. I like garlic. Garlic and black pepper sounds really good. I have had fennel, and I like fennel, so that might work. And I love chorizo, so can I have all three? But if I had to pick one, I would probably pick the garlic and black pepper. Just cause. It would be the seasoning in the salami that makes it hyper palatable, so it comes down to plants again, it seems. Yeah, and I've noticed now, it's more when I buy salami that is pre-sliced from getting it delivered, but it does make me very mucousy, so I think it's the histamines now, and so I don't even eat salami because I don't want to be more mucousy than I already am. So I've cut it out completely and I don't have salami. It's just one of those things that I can't have anymore. Or maybe I can if it's not pre-cut, but it's probably still fairly high histamine, so. Is it true if you know that taking omeprazole antacid pill will hinder iron absorption? That's what my GI doctor told me today. He's never said that before. It rings a bell, but I don't really know. It's not really my area of expertise, and I haven't really looked into that. But it rings a bell, so I'm gonna say he's probably telling you the truth. So maybe you have to find something else. My body doesn't care for OMAD. It gets tired at lunchtime no matter if I eat, what I eat, or if I fast. I can do OMAD in the evening without any tiredness afterwards though. Weird. Okay. All our bodies are a bit different, and I'm usually fine. Like I don't usually get tired in the afternoons anymore. I used to when I tried to do zero carb, but now when I'm keeping that under control to get rid of my headaches, then I'm actually fine and have more energy as well. But I still get very tired in the evenings. And if I was eating OMAD, I would probably get like, what do we call it? A meat coma. I like OMAD in the summer. It's too bloody hot to want to eat all day. Fair enough. I think it's very easy for me because I don't actually eat 2 meals. I drink my egg coffee and then I have a meal. So I'm kind of cheating. Okay, switch to 2 mud in 4. Nope, I don't dislike lamb. I dislike lamb fat. Lamb fat is awful. I like beef fat, I like pork fat, and I hate lamb fat. It's yucky. But I like lamb. I like the meat. So there you go. Noted, I will not use processed animal foods like protein powder as I have tendency to find them hyperpalatable and overeat versus processed like salami. Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very easy. And also it's very easy to drink stuff. That's why I'm drinking egg coffee. That's how I get 5 eggs in the morning if I want to, 4 or 5 on the size. Because I can just drink it. Versus if I put 5 eggs on a plate, my taste buds would probably struggle a little bit with that. They get sick of that very quickly. 2 or 3 eggs maybe, but that's probably my limit. Cream, butter, and cheese freeze well. Milk separate. Ugh. Yeah. When you eat blueberries, yogurt, rice, do you see a difference in bloating, digestion, or is it so minor that nothing changes? You're used to it. No, I don't see any of that at all. My tummy has always been really well regulated from all aspects. I don't have a lot of tummy issues. The only issues I have is like my head. It's the migraines, the headaches, the sinuses. It's all around that area. So I guess a lot of people have digestive problems. My stomach can handle. I want to say everything, but probably can't handle everything. But it's a good stomach. It does its job. It's not oversensitive to anything. I very rarely feel bloated or, if even with that amount of carbs, I don't have any gas problems. There's nothing of that sort there. Everything is working fine. Yeah. So for me, it works fine. Salami is in the post. Okay, thank you. They go, if you were actually sending me salami, they would throw it away because you're not allowed to import any fucking food to this country. Where do you get mucousy from my salami? Probably. Yes. Yes, your salami. Oh, someone called during my live. Yeah. So even when I moved the time, someone managed to call you. I took PPIs for 5 years and my iron is 13.9 whenever I donate blood every 2 months, either individual difference or not blocking absorption from my N equals 1. Maybe it was a different one and not the same. I don't know. This is really good. We're doing really good on time. We have 3 minutes. And look, here's the last comment. But if you have more questions, post them. I don't mind going over a couple of minutes. What is your favorite way to cook ribeyes? I eat one every breakfast, trying different techniques. Oh, I'm super simple. I just use my cast iron frying pan. Very, very high heat so that it's blue. I don't like it cooked more than that. But ribeyes, I have a problem with raw fat. So my problem is if I eat a ribeye, the fat is going to be uncooked because I want the meat uncooked, but I like my fat cooked and I like my meat raw. So I prefer to add beef fat separately and cook it longer and then just fry my steak blue. That's how I do it. So I'm not going to be able to give you the best advice when it comes to cooking ribeyes. I know a lot of people will probably be like, oh yeah, you should sous vide it and it's so nice and blah, blah, blah. I can't be fucked with that. It takes too long, too much effort. I just want to get it done quickly. So what I do, I just dry brine it, keep it in the fridge for a day, maybe longer if I have to, because sometimes I just cut up a lot of meat and I just put it in there so I can eat whenever I want to. I like making it easy and then just toss it in the frying pan. Okay, mine was pantoprazole. If anyone cares, the antacid 40 milligrams daily. Okay, sounds similar. I'm not really sure if it is the same. I'll cook you the perfect ribeye. Yeah, you're welcome. When are you coming here? You cannot send me ribeyes in the post. Right? Right, so that was the last comment. How are you guys doing? Are you all right? I mean, you'd never have any questions for me, really. We're just here chatting, which is fine. But if you do have any questions, and if you do have a question you want me to answer and you can't be here for the live and ask it, put it in the Facebook group or fucking put it in the comments here. It was like, was last week when I missed from my premiere of my normal episode of Life Without Cravings. Tracy was there and she asked something, and I was typing in the answer in the live chat, and then it disappeared because it didn't allow me to post because it closes just after the premiere when it's finished. So then I just answered a question on this live stream. So if you have questions and you can't be here and you're watching this on replay or whatever, just post the question in the comments and I will bring it up next week. And now we have one more comment. 1 hour to get ribeye to room temperature, 3 minutes each side, medium-high heat, 10 eggs, 50 to 100 gram hard cheese, steak and eggs and steak and sardines, lols. Yeah, okay. I wouldn't be able to eat all of that, but good on you. You're welcome. Dimsy dimps dimps. My carb problems are done so far. Here to support and hit the thumbs up. I forgot. Hit the thumbs up unless you're on Facebook. Someone has hit the thumbs up on Facebook, by the way. I can see it there. It's strange because I can see the thumbs ups, etc. on Facebook, but I cannot see if someone's doing it on YouTube in this thingy bingy. Yes, goodbye, Alex. You're welcome. Tack Pim Johnson. That's not my name. Okay, let's hop over to Jonathan and see what happens there. I'll see you next week. Bye. Ah, now I know who you are. Love you, girl. See ya. Dimps.